During exercise, especially when the intensity ramps up, the natural response is to breathe faster and shallower. It's a reflex linked to the body's rising demand for oxygen and the brain's perception of effort. But what if that instinct is actually limiting our potential? Increasingly, research is showing that consciously altering how we breathe, specifically by slowing it down and deepening each inhale and exhale, can change not only how we perform, but how our brain interprets stress. Breathing techniques, long associated with mindfulness and meditation, are now being recognized as powerful tools in the realm of physical exertion, capable of rewiring the body's acute stress response and helping us push further with less strain. At the center of this effect is the autonomic nervous system, which regulates our involuntary responses to stress and recovery. Most people operate predominantly in a sympathetic state during exercise, that fight or flight mode characterized by high heart rate, elevated blood pressure, and shallow breathing. While this system is essential for performance, it can easily tip into overdrive, making workouts feel harder than they need to be, and sometimes even triggering anxiety, muscle tension, or early fatigue. Slow, controlled breathing directly stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and digest counterbalance. This doesn't shut down intensity. Rather, it introduces a calming override that brings the nervous system into a more balanced, adaptable state. It helps the body stay focused and responsive rather than reactive and overwhelmed. Physiologically, deep breathing enhances oxygen exchange, reduces excess carbon dioxide buildup, and promotes more efficient circulation. When you breathe diaphragmatically, drawing air deep into the belly rather than just the upper chest, you engage the lower lungs, where blood flow is richest. This allows for better oxygen uptake and delivery to working muscles, which can delay fatigue and increase endurance. But the effects go beyond physical performance. Deep breathing also reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear and threat detection center. In moments of intense effort, like the last few reps of a lift or the final stretch of a run, this downregulation of threat signaling can help keep the mind grounded rather than panicked. Essentially, you're teaching your brain that physical discomfort is manageable, not dangerous. Over time, this consistent practice reshapes how the brain responds to strain. Neural pathways associated with effort and breath begin to link stress with control, not chaos. You build tolerance, not just to lactic acid or elevated heart rate, but to the sensation of effort itself. Athletes who train with breath control often report greater emotional stability under pressure and a stronger ability to recover quickly after peaks of exertion. This isn't surprising when you consider that many elite performers, from martial artists to endurance runners, have long used breathing as a cornerstone of both physical and mental resilience. The benefits of breath work during exercise also extend into the post-workout recovery phase. Conscious breathing accelerates the shift from sympathetic to parasympathetic dominance, reducing cortisol levels and promoting faster physiological restoration. This means less muscle soreness, better sleep, and a smoother return to baseline, all of which contribute to long-term consistency and progress. Even just a few minutes of structured breathing, such as box breathing, where you inhale, hold, exhale, and pause for equal counts, can create a measurable calming effect, both in the body and the brain. And importantly, you don't have to be an advanced practitioner to see results. Simply becoming aware of your breath during movement, checking in with your pace, your depth, your rhythm, can serve as a mental anchor and physical enhancer. Techniques like nasal breathing during low to moderate intensity work or slow exhales during challenging moments are accessible tools that anyone can integrate. Over time, these small shifts accumulate, training the nervous system to associate effort with control rather than alarm. In a culture that often celebrates pushing harder, faster, and longer, it's easy to overlook something as subtle and powerful as breath. But when you harness it with intention, breathing becomes more than just a survival mechanism. It becomes a performance enhancer, a recovery tool, and a way to expand your tolerance for challenge. By using the breath to shape your internal state, you're not just surviving strenuous effort, you're reshaping how your body and mind experience it.